So it records everything. It records what's on the screen. It records what we're talking about. It records then the kind of drills and things that I'll show you
Yep.
during the analysis. And I'll put on a DVD afterwards,
Okay.
and I'll give it to you next time you come to the squad.
Great.
So you've got a copy, a kind of carbon copy of what we've gone through today. So don't think you have to sit there and remember everything.
Yeah.
It's not like that at all.
Okay.
At the end of the session, or afterwards when I get home, I should say, I'll drop you an email with links to all the relevant drills in the Swim Smooth app.
Yep.
And also a link to the swim type for your particular swim type. So it'll make more sense when we go through the footage, but just so as you know what we're gonna kind of go through. Let me start by asking you what do you think? What do you think about your swimming at the moment, and what is it, if anything, that you think is kind of stopping you getting quicker, or what do you think is your main kind of issue with your swimming?
I recognise probably my pull, because when we were doing that stroke race, I had probably, looking at what everybody else was doing, I could be on the upper
Fastest stroke
fastest
rate.
run rate. Actually, when you compare to how fast I was going quite slower than others. So it kind of feels as though I'm working hard, but not actually getting very far with it. If you go on.
Yeah, I know what I mean. Yeah.
So that kind of thing, maybe that is not as good as
so
it.
So the quality of your catch and pull through of your stroke. Okay.
Maybe I'm doing that and I'm not being as efficient as possible. So I guess that may well be quite a lot of things that I'm not being.
Yeah.
My rotation, and then my rotation's never been particularly brilliant. So that might be part of that as well.
Okay. It wasn't like a loaded question. I wasn't kind of. It's always just interested to see what people's own perceptions of their strokes are. Okay. Well, let's play it through. Let's see if you're right. So in terms of the order that I generally look at things in the analysis, I always start off with breathing and head position, because they are elements which, if there's something wrong in those areas, then it can generally lead to problems further down we call it the chain, but further down the kind of stroke line, if you like. So what I mean by that, just to give you an example, is if you're lifting your head to gasp for air, for example, then it can cause your legs to drop. So always kind of start off with that kind of area. So first of all, looking sideways on. What I'm looking for here is to see how high you're lifting your head. Okay. So what I'm seeing here at that point is it looks like you're kind of gasping a little bit. So you've got, I mean, you might not be, but that's what it kind of looks like. You've got your mouth open quite a lot, and so we can see your full face.
Yes.
Okay. Now, do you think you hold your breath when you swim? Again, I'm not asking you for that for a reason, because I haven't looked at that yet.
Yeah. I don't know, actually.
Don't know? Okay. Do you feel fairly relaxed with your breathing when you're swimming?
Depends. Sometimes, some days, some days you feel like you can't even breathe at all, can you?
Right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess it depends what kind of session you're doing. And things. The intensity builds up a little bit. Okay. So the first thing we can look at here is what your head position should be like.
Okay.
If we take a dip under the water, your body position isn't too bad actually. But what we do see when you take a breath, let's have a look on the other side. So you can see your whole head is out of the water.
Yeah.
And what I'm looking at here is the position of your body. So that's actually just below the kind of surface of the water.
Yeah.
Your body's kind of sinking down a little bit, so your legs are kind of dropping down a little bit. Not too bad. But you can see your whole head is out of the water there.
Yeah.
So an easy one for you for us to start with really is, let's see if we can start to focus on keeping that head down just a little bit lower. Now there will be other things which are causing that, which we can move on to a little bit further on. So what I want to see really from you is more like, you've done Popeye in the squad before.
Yeah.
And again, I know you're aware of some of these drills, but I'll just pop them on here so you've got a copy of what it should be looking
Yeah.
like. So when you play it back, it's all kind of clear to you. So that crashed again. No. There we go. That's better. Okay, so what we're looking for here is keeping the head down nice and low.
Yeah.
When we talk about the bow wave, what happens with the bow wave is it causes the bow wave comes around the head here, and you can see it kind of makes a little trough here for you to breathe into. Okay, so it's kind of slightly counterintuitive, I guess. Keeping your head down low and keeping your head in line with the rest of your body, in line with your spine. So when you turn to take a stroke, your head stays in line rather than lifting it up. If that makes sense. Keeping your head down low actually gives you a bit more space to breathe.
Yeah.
If you lift your head up, so if we go back to you here. If you're actually lifting your head up out of the water, you can see there's no bow wave there at all. Okay, so that's an easy one for us to start to work on, and so it's working on Popeye drop. So keeping your head down low and then kind of squashing your mouth over to one side and just buying yourself that extra little bit of space to breathe.
Yeah.
You'd actually need all that space because your mouth is well clear of the water there.
Yeah.
So you don't actually need to lift it the way you're lifting it there. So head position is an easy one. That will get your legs up.
Yeah.
And that's just working on concentrating on things like having one goggle in, one goggle out of the water. So the split vision.
Yeah.
So there's an easy one there to start. So, now, just take it into the water. Now what I'm looking for really, in fact I'll just take it back a tiny bit. I'm just going to see if we can see whether looks like you're holding your breath. The camera should just dive down the water again. Actually no, that looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. So you're taking a breath. So we want to be seeing a constant stream of bubbles coming out of the mouth, and as we can see there is that. So that's really good. That's really good. That looks fine. That looks fine. Okay. So the next thing I'm going to look at really is what's happening, what else is happening to cause you to feel the need to lift your head up.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when you recover your arm over the water, what you should be doing is spearing in nice and straight in front of you. So if we have a look at you from above, now what you can see there, look, is that hand is heading in that direction.
Okay.
Okay. It's heading in that direction, and it's spearing down and quite deep actually. So if we go back to underneath the water. That's this left arm.
Yeah.
So it's spearing in. See again, it's heading over that way.
Yeah.
Kind of to the other side of the pool. The
Yeah.
arrow doesn't kind of looks like it's going down with that, but over towards the other side of the pool, away from you.
Yeah.
And it's spearing straight in, straight down. And then the little push down at the bottom there. So there's no propulsion generated from that at all. So we've got to that part in the stroke without having any propulsion at all. What happens when you push down at the front of the stroke has a tendency to lift you up here, which has a tendency to drop the legs a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what we're kind of building up towards is looking at kind of making you a little bit more alignment and improving the quality of your entry into the water and then the catch and pull through, which is similar to what you said before. You kind of feel like you're not generating much kind of purchase at the front end of the stroke. So your arms are turning over quite quickly, and that's because you're spearing in quite deeply.
Okay.
If you get a super long stroke, like some of the guys, I think Charlie, he overextends. He's got a really low stroke rate.
Yeah.
But you spearing quite deeply, but there's not a lot happening in terms of propulsion.
Yeah.
So spearing in quite deeply and then pulling through. And what we're looking for really is we're looking for something going that way. So propulsion.
Yeah.
Because anything going down is just going to push us up. Now, you're just starting to generate a little bit. You can see how far your arm has gone through the motion before you actually start generating anything going that way.
Yeah.
And on the other side, same thing. You're spearing in very close to your head here, look.
Yeah.
Straight deep. And then you can almost see it pause there. Little pause. You've dragged down some bubbles with your look. Down.
Is that from my arm moving it through? Is that?
Yeah, you're just bringing them down because your arm's coming in and you're just pulling them down with your hand. So down, and then same thing. It's not until we get to that point where we actually start to generate any backwards propulsion. Let's just have a look at your other arm from above. So as we've already said, we've got one arm heading over that way.
Yeah.
And then pulling down straight. You can see this lead arm straight here. And then here we go, look. Big bend in the elbow. Heading over there. And then it straightens up. So the real issue for you really is getting you to recover more tidily over the water, if you like, and spear in straighter. So if I show you, just to give you an idea of what we should be trying to kind of look for, really. So let's see if we can get you to a similar position here in this stroke. There you go. So you're in a similar position there. You're recovering over the water.
Yeah.
Now, if you watch what happens with your arm, flicks out wide. Now, the idea is that if you look at this guy here is John Van Hazel, so he's an Olympic swimmer, and he's the guy that the kind of Mr. Smooth animation is based on.
Okay.
He's said to have one of the most perfect smooth strokes out there. So he's always a good person to look at for this kind of thing. So, similar position to you now, look. So he's pulling through underneath the water with his arm down here. So if you play you through, you've got this big bend in the elbow and you're spearing in right close to your head. Now, if you look at Jono, look how far ahead he's spearing in.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you see the position of his arm. So he has a bent elbow here, but it spears in straight. Yours is spinning very close to your head, and it's still heading over here.
Yeah.
Still going over there, look.
Yeah.
And then what we're having in the back here is we've got a little bit of a scissor kick because you're losing a bit of support at the front end here. Very often the legs just react to what's happening at the front end of the stroke, providing balance. I'm not too concerned about your legs at the moment. It's more about trying to straighten you up. Okay? And again, just following it through, so we've kind of looked at both sides. Recovering out of the water, Jono is on this side. You're recovering out. Your lead arm is where, kind of more or less where his is out front.
Yep.
Recovers round, it kind of comes round to the side, and you're spearing in. By your forehead. Yeah?
He's about like a foot ahead of us.
And again, right over the top, in front of his shoulder. So the idea is that you spear in. Your hand is more or less always in front of your shoulder. So you spear in front of your shoulder, you extend in front of your shoulder, and then as you rotate round, you pull through underneath your shoulder. So everything is yeah. as though you're on rails.
Yeah.
Now, if we do that to you, which I'm sure you don't want me to do, but just to make a point,
Yeah.
kind of use the lines of the pool there. Anyway, so I've got one on there. So his elbow's coming out of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's all lining you up.
Mm.
It's all lining you up. There's a little bit of timing at the front. We're losing the support of the front arm is going a little bit here.
Yeah.
So you've got that very little support at the front of the stroke at that moment in time. But I think a lot of that will sort itself out once we sort out the rest of the things I'm about to show you. So what do we do about it? We spend time really focusing on drills. Again, these are drills are done in the squad, but now you can see what the issue is we're trying to sort out.
Yeah.
These drills will mean a bit more to you.
Yeah.
So it's finger problems today. Kick on the side. So first of all, kick on the side gets you used to being nice and straight in alignment. You can also actually practice just having one goggle in, one goggle out of the water, so you can work on some of that as well. You're using the fins so that it's all nice and relaxed and you're in control of what you're trying to achieve with the drill. It's a basic one just to make sure you're used to breathing and staying straight.
Yeah.
Keep shoulder blades back. Have you done the press stud drill in the squad before?
I think I did it once. The one where you sort of you have to go like that.
Yeah.
That one, yeah.
Yeah, you're trying to almost clip the buttons between your shoulder blades together. Yeah. Absolutely, and that would be a good one. That would be a good thing for you to practice. So, kick on the side. But what I'm really interested in with you is the progression from kicking on the side to, and again, it's no great surprise to you, and you've done this in the squad. It's 6-1-6. So again, kicking on the side, but we're starting to introduce that stroke. We have a look from the top in a second. Okay. So you can see the benefit of what we're trying to achieve with this drill. So you're on your side, and then eventually the recovering arm comes up, and you're really focusing on spearing in. If you look at where Paul is spearing in now, it's much further forward. He's nice and straight, and the arm is going in and he's staying straight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Imagine if we could get you lined up and get you spearing in and keeping that arm nice and straight in front of you there. And then just so as you've got it on here, and you can start to see how we build up the stroke and get you from practicing being on your alignment, being on your side, kicking on your side, 6-1-6, 6-3-6, so we start to bring more actual strokes into the drill. Staying straight, staying straight, staying straight. Practice shoulder blades back on each of those strokes. It'll completely change the way you're swimming and moving through the water. Okay, so simple drills for you to start off with.
Yeah.
Now, you got the questions?
Yeah.
Joe?
You know when he's bringing his arm back, am I got like a flexibility issue or something? Do you think in this? I'm just wondering why my arm's just a bit different, or whether what the movement back is to get it. Do you think I should not be too worried about that? Just bring it up and I just don't know whether I'm doing that action wrong or something like that to set him up.
Yeah, it might be a certain amount of inflexibility in the shoulders, but you can spear a little bit deeper.
Yeah.
If you're lacking a bit of flexibility, what you can't do is if you try and spear in where Paul is spearing into.
Yeah.
Just watch him take a stroke here. You might not be able to get to that level because if you don't have the flexibility, what you tend to do is drop your elbow down a little bit.
Okay.
So you'll be spearing in as you are actually spearing in fairly deep.
Yeah.
That's not, for me. That's not your issue.
Okay.
The issue is getting that arm, getting shoulder blades back, and getting that arm straight. You could work on some chest stretches, because if you think that you do have maybe a restriction across the chest, and that's what's stopping you getting the shoulder blades back, then yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. But the main way to keep it straight is is that basically, so that arm doesn't come round. So.
Yeah. So you just need to focus on every time you kind of bring the arm up over, getting that shoulder blade back as you're spearing into the water, pulling that arm straight.
Yeah.
It won't happen overnight.
Yeah.
It will take a while to kind of get to that point. So, so that will kind of start to work on getting you nice and straight in alignment. And then the only other thing that I want to show you today is you've speared in.
Yeah.
We got you straight. We've speared in. You're nice and kind of at the right kind of depth. I'm not too concerned about the depth you're spearing into. I think that's fine. The next stage of the stroke, I said you were pulling down a little bit straight.
Yeah.
So pushing down and pulling back with a straight arm. What we want to start doing really is show you a doggy paddle drill, which again we've done.
Yeah.
But now you'll be able to see why we're practicing this. So imagine you've speared in, which is where Paul is here. I mean, it's very, very close to surface. You'd be deeper than that. You'd probably be more down at this kind of angle.
Yeah.
But that's fine. The issue is that we practice getting that elbow up high, and then this is the paddle. This is what's generating the propulsion through the water. Yeah. So doggy paddle drill will get you used to getting that elbow up high and pushing the water back. Simply working on that progression of kicking on the side, 616, 636, and then up to normal swimming, and the doggy paddle drill will make the world of difference to you.
Yeah.
So when we're back in the squad, we can pay some really kind of close attention to that and make sure when we're doing the drills, we're doing them correctly.
Yeah.
And then we kind of look at other elements and bits and bobs and fine tune from there, really.
Yeah.
So does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're pulling out wide a little bit, breathing nicely. You got a nice rhythm to your stroke, actually. Okay, so any more questions or anything?
No, it's good. Yes, I think it's just say I kind of guessed there was something wrong with my pull. Mm-hmm. It did feel as though you were doing a lot of stuff, but not getting as far as other people were. So you're thinking, that being saying you would have thought it was something not quite right.
Yeah, I mean that's the kind of the main issue with it, really.
I think my rotation, with the goggles as well. I think when we did the Popeye drill last time I did it, I think I noticed if I rotate, if I did that with my shoulders more, it makes it easier. Because I think one side of my neck I can turn easier than the other. I can't know which way around it is now. But it's like if you rotated, it just meant that the whole, there must be the way your neck goes. By doing that, it makes it easier to just get half of your head open. Whereas if you didn't rotate enough, the only way to get your head was to sort of almost, you lifted it out then of the water. So I think it is that. So the rotation, I think, will probably help with that as well. Yeah, well, doing the kicking on the side drills and 616, 636, they do assist with rotation as well, because you're actually going from, the drills are done on their side, so kicking on the side is on your side, so you're kind of almost overemphasising the rotation there. Okay, right, good. So, in terms of swim types, did you know about the swim types? I had a look, because I've got the book at home, so I had a quick look through them. Wasn't 100% sure which it was, because I think at one point I was like an over kicker, so I really tried to slow my kicking down.
Oh, kicktastic.
Yeah. But okay. I'm not too sure what I am really now.
Yeah, you've certainly got an element of kicktastic in there because if you just look at your legs at the final bit there. Stand forward a little bit.
They were saying it's because a lot of girls they
Kick.
practicing when their arms aren't so strong or something, wasn't it? So you rely too much on your legs. But,
Yeah. So of the swim types, I'd put you as that. But some people there's grey areas and in between different types of swim type. So that's the guide I'll send you through for you to have a look at. Kicktastics generally kick quite a lot because they don't have much happening at the front end, which fits you. So yeah, that's what I'll send you through the guide, and that'll make sense once you start to follow that. As well. All right, let me just switch this off.